Bitcoin has had an absolutely smashing recovery from the $3,000 level. Many people were absolutely devastated and scared as Bitcoin dropped all the way down to $3,000. However, it revived a lot of people's confidence whenever Bitcoin had this very, very fast recovery back up to the $14,000 level. In fact, there was so much buyer's volume in the market that it broke past many of these previous resistance points very, very quickly. If we look at the first resistance point after Bitcoin breaking out of its bear market trend, we can see that this level took only 32 days to break at $5,600. The subsequent level at $9,100 took only 33 days to break, and then finally it shot all the way up to $14,000. And many people would have expected that this move up to $14,000 would have caused even more buyers to come into the market because you have this news of Bitcoin finally above $10,000 again. Many people would have expected it to take another 33 days in order for Bitcoin to continue to go up. However, the surprising thing that happened is that Bitcoin actually went into this long-term correction point, going all the way from $14,000 down to $9,200. And so today I'm going to talk about how Bitcoin manipulation and low volume markets play into this correction and what I think is going to happen from this point in Bitcoin. Now, before I get into this video, make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for the amazing launch of AutoMoon. If you haven't seen my previous video, just yesterday I made a video on AutoMoon and the amazing platform that we are launching, and I highly recommend you check it out. I know you are going to like it. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Crypto.com. Crypto.com offers amazing cryptocurrency debit cards that allow you to spend your Bitcoin at anywhere you want to in the world. So make sure to check out Crypto.com if you would like to get a cryptocurrency debit card. Finally, I would like to say that I'm not a financial advisor, so I recommend you do your own research before entering in any positions. Now, as I was saying before, many people expected that after this bear market happened and the subsequent breakout, many people probably would have expected, because we went up so fast, that there must have been a lot of volume getting injected into the Bitcoin markets that helped cause this move. However, many people would have been incorrect because Bitcoin has still been declining in long-term volume. If you look here at the volume in 2018, whenever Bitcoin hit its all-time high, and then the subsequent volume in the bear market, you can see that in the bear market, there was actually higher volume than we currently have right now in its recovery from $3,000 all the way up to $14,000. In fact, this most recent month was even lower volume than when Bitcoin was at its all-time low at $3,000. That means that more people were trading Bitcoin at the bottom, more people were trading Bitcoin after this humongous dump, and after the low at $3,000, which many people felt that Bitcoin was going to continue to go down, more people were trading Bitcoin here than they were all the way at this most recent $10,000 level. In fact, it goes one step further. Yesterday's volume of $11.5 billion was the lowest in 138 days and was 25% below the year's average and 74% below the year's high. Bitcoin is having a huge issue of volume and liquidity. And I think this is going to be very surprising for many people. They're probably thinking, well, I see the Bitmex volume, and Bitmex has, $2.5 billion in daily trading volume. So why is this website saying that it only had $11.5 billion when Bitmex makes up a huge chunk of that? Now, the reason being is because what many people, I would say, don't fully understand about futures contracts is that futures contracts are based off of other exchanges' Bitcoin prices. So whenever you're trading Bitcoin futures, you're betting that the price is going to go up or down from a certain level. And as I talked about in my video 2 days ago about how Binance's volume is falling and many people aren't trading cryptocurrency altcoins anymore, what's happening is a lot of people are going from these traditional actual asset exchanges. So they're moving from exchanges like Binance and Coinbase Pro. They're moving from these exchanges that actually trade Bitcoin onto these future trading platforms such as Bitmex. And what's happening is there are actually more people now that are trading the futures of Bitcoin than the underlying asset itself. So if you take a look at Bitmex, Bitmex actually takes its price data from 3 other large cryptocurrency exchanges: BitHum, Coinbase Pro, and Kraken, which is where a lot of the Bitcoin manipulation occurs. Because what's happening is more people now are trading on Bitmex than those other 3 exchanges. And that's because a lot of people don't want to trade the underlying asset. They want to be able to long and short Bitcoin whenever they want. And so a lot of people are moving from these underlying asset trading exchanges such as BitHum, Coinbase Pro, and Kraken and moving on to Bitmex. And this gives a huge opportunity to a lot of whales or experienced traders to go on these other exchanges that people aren't trading on, like BitHum, Kraken, and Coinbase Pro, and manipulate the price of Bitcoin much more easily because Bitmex is getting all the volume, but in reality, they're not affecting the Bitcoin price. So they can go on these other exchanges, manipulate Bitcoin, and then make a lot of money on Bitmex itself. And so that's why I think Bitcoin has been struggling at this level. There's been an exodus not only from the altcoin market, but also from the traditional Bitcoin trading market. People aren't actually trading Bitcoin itself anymore. They're only trading futures. And so this gives a huge opportunity to all these whales to manipulate the price of Bitcoin and keep it low so that they can make money on their positions, and then they are easily able to manipulate Bitcoin. So at this key level, what a lot of people are seeing is they're blind to a lot of this low volume and this manipulation. They don't necessarily know what's going on. And this gives a lot of these manipulators a huge opportunity. So I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. I think that right now we are at a very key level, and this is a level that many people are watching out for. They think, oh, the second it goes above this, this trend line, we're going to break out, we're going to see huge gains, or the second it falls below this trend line, we're going to fall all the way down to $2,000. So, these manipulators know that we're at a very, very important level. And because of what I said before, it's very easy to manipulate Bitcoin right now. I think that these manipulators are going to take advantage of the opportunity and try to do some false breakouts on Bitcoin. So this is a warning for anyone who is trying to manually trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very easy to manipulate right now, and I think that there are going to be people that are going to try to manipulate Bitcoin to go either direction and try to cause a false breakout in order to profit on their own personal account. So I would be very, very careful of any potential breakouts that happen soon, because I think a lot of people are looking to manipulate Bitcoin, especially at a time when the volume is so low. Now, one other thing I want to mention is that although I do think we're going to have some of these false breakouts, I think that once we do have a breakout from this level, so once we actually get out of this wedge and we go down or we go up, I think that we are going to have a huge resurgence of Bitcoin volume. I'm hoping that once we get out of this wedge, that we are actually going to have higher volume than the recovery up to $14,000. So I'm hoping that we're going to have higher volume than we had here once we break out of the wedge. So once we get out of the wedge, I think we're going to have a resurgence in volume, and that's going to make the market much, much better to trade. Actually, going back to AutoMoon, AutoMoon is a bot that profits off of the market. And AutoMoon itself does a lot better in high volume markets. And so what's going to happen is that the second that we actually get some real volume injected into the market and not just manipulation, then AutoMoon and a lot of these other bots and a lot of other traders are finally going to make much, much more money, as people are finally going to come back into the market and actually trade it instead of all this manipulation and fake volume that we're getting in this super, super low volume market. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you now know a little bit more about what's happening in the market with all of this manipulation in such a low volume market, even though it's at such a key point in Bitcoin's history. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and see you guys in the next one.